We haven't considered that. No, I think a lot of the technical IP will be coming from the construction contracting people as well. They have an interest in it. That's their business. We're interested in securing an outcome. So which is the existence and availability of the sky path for the public. So that's where we're focused, and obviously on minimising council's risk and contribution to that.
And when I'm talking about intellectual property, I'm talking about not just the structure. I'm also talking about the financial arrangements that we're putting together and some value around that. So I just put to you that there's an issue there. Obviously, we're putting in that as council quite a bit of value into the game.
On the financial structures, we should say that Morrison & Co is happy once we've concluded an agreement for the documents to be made public. Less, of course, a couple of key redactions on the literal numbers, and New Zealand Treasury is also interested in seeing the documentation in due course so they can take any learnings or enhancements from it for their model agreements and their own projects, but we haven't shared it with them at this stage.
Thanks.
Very good questions, Councillor Walker. Councillor Watson.
Thank you, and my question just goes to the council's input into the pricing. So I understand we have an input, but we don't have any ability to influence them, particularly as it goes to the type of user, and I'm thinking about Aucklanders. I'm just wondering what levels of division we're contemplating putting on the table with respect of, weekly passes, university students, families, etc., etc.
Okay.
I see in the willingness to pay, there's quite a range, $3 to $6. I'm assuming that's one way, so double will be $6 to $12. I would say that there's a big difference in people's willingness to pay in that range, but over above that, where are we going to get our sense of what different groups of Aucklanders can pay? The people going for their once a week ride on their bike, they might pay $12. The university student who's using it from Northcote or whatever to commute on a weekly basis should be getting a much better deal. What are we doing to ensure that those various layers are put on the table to the operator to be fair?
So through the chair, we're most interested in the hop card users. That's where we would focus our energy. So we have to negotiate, and still can, whether there's a student discount on the hop card, etc.
Okay.
So that's for Aucklanders.
Okay. So nothing with families then?
No, because that's not how the hop card works. If the operator wishes to have a family discount, then that is something to be worked through.
Well,
later.
I guess what I'm saying is, as a council looking after Aucklanders, we should be putting on additional things, and one of them should be family usage.
Yeah, look, within the sort of cap and collar that we're contemplating, the operator is more than happy for us to have our say or influence those things, as long as we don't make them worse off by doing that. Do you know what I mean? So they're more than happy for that flexibility. So if we really felt so strongly about some aspect of pricing, then we're perfectly free to make that happen. But you just can't do it and make it their loss, if you know what I mean, until they achieve their earn out, or at least within that space where they're gain sharing with us.
I guess I'm just suggesting that in the overall usage, obviously it's advisable to bring this up now and put it on the table. I'm imagining that the operator will be more than happy to accommodate things such as I'm suggesting. I just would like to see that they're captured and some mechanism by which perhaps different groups could be fed into that over and above just the traditional hop card use.
Yeah, I mean, their approach to customer service, if I can put it that way, forms an important part of the KPIs and the service levels.
Okay. Councillor Lee, is a question?
But without delaying the meeting and getting into too much detail right now, I think what we have in front of us is more than adequate, but it would be good to have further discussions about issues raised by, for instance, Councillor Watson, and price sensitivity and how that can work to make it a really successful or not. So I think we need a little bit more focus and care on that aspect of it. I don't want to go any further on that.
No, and I think it's fair to say we would probably, once we have base case details and so on, we would probably workshop that through for everyone's comfort.
Right, now folks, I've got indication there's one more question. I'm going to take that question, then I'm going to adjourn the debate, and then I'm going to ask Jan Brown to come up and do the transfer of the Morrow Road Hall item, and then we will go to lunch and we'll come back and resume the debate. So my understanding, this is the last question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just the questions that were, or the positions that were put this morning by the North Cape Residents Association about obligations to Section 97 and the matters relating to the LTP provision and the likes. Do you agree or disagree with the claims that were made there?
Through the chair, as I highlighted earlier, we assessed them as part of the lead-in to annual plan and LTP, and we deduced that the scarf out, as I explained earlier, wasn't material, given that the activity forms part of his roads and footpaths, which is a $400 million per annum activity.
Okay, so confident that if there's a judicial review that won't be upheld?
Sorry. Okay, well, thank you. Sorry, just to explain to the other people there in the audience as to why we're adjourning it is because this is going to go on for a little bit longer, but we do have some people that have come, they don't want to speak, but just to accompany a presentation, and they've been waiting since 9:30, and that will be over quite quickly. So we will adjourn the debate on this item, and we'll ask for Jan to come up with also the members from the Laia Tata Ole Vamane